Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Bababa Gide Imo TV. I am Moriwe Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Owo massacre. Akeredolu backs Matawali on self-defense. Nigeria requires state police to overcome security challenges. Akeredolu rescued victims from Ondo church refused to return home. Police. Islamic cleric bags life imprisonment for making an unlawful act. 748 ballot boxes burnt as arsonists attack INEC office in Enugu. Finally, on the national news from the headline, angry mob set two men ablaze for making a bad act, dismembering 10-year-old girl in Enugu. Now the news in detail. The governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, has faulted the federal government on the claim that Islamic State's West African province was responsible for the massacre of worshippers in Owo in town in Ondo State. Akeredolu, who backed the call by Governor Bello Matawali of Zamfara State resident to harm and defend themselves against terrorists, called on the people of the state to repel those attacking them. The governor, while criticizing the centralized police system in the country, stated that the Nigeria police force cannot effectively secure the country. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, had on June 9, 2022, disclosed that ISWAP masterminded the June 5th attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, or Ondo State, which claimed 40 lives. Speaking on politics today, a current affairs programs on Channels Television on Monday, Akeredolu asked people of the state to fight back when attacked. Responding to a question on the reported arrest of the Owo attackers, he said, "We are still on the track of the perpetrators and we are yet to make a serious headway, and that is for many reasons." Still on Akeredolu in Ondo State. The Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on Monday renewed the call for state police as the ultimate solution to the country's security challenges. Akeredolu, who stated these in the channel's television program Politics Today, also dismissed reports on the arrest of some suspected attackers of St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, local government area of the state. Gunmen on June 5th killed 40 worshippers during an attack on the church. The governor insisted that state police was what Nigeria required to overcome its security challenges. The Southern Governors Forum and other groups, including the Afenifere Pan Niger Delta Forum PANDEF, and Oanese Ndibo, and in the past urged the federal government to take another look at the demand for the establishment of state policing by the federating unit. He said, "State police is what we should do for us to get to where we are going. The states are not supposed to be as powerless as they are. What we should prioritize today is state police. The state will fund its police and they will have the duty to protect their people." Some of the victims who were rescued by men of the Ondo State Police Command from the basement of a church in Ondo were still in the custody of the command, as they were said to have refused to go back home with their parents. No fewer than 77 people were found locked in the basement of the church, the Whole Bible Deliverance Church, Ondo, located at Valentino area of Ondo Town, Ondo State. They were rescued on Saturday. The victims had allegedly abandoned their homes, while some had disowned their parents for the church, claiming that their parents were not teaching them the way of God. The victims had allegedly been kept in the church for over 6 months, while some of them had abandoned schooling to be inside the church. The pastor of the church, David Anifowoshi, and his assistant, Peter Josiah, were also arrested by the police. Speaking with our correspondent on Monday, the state's police public relations officer, Mrs. Fumilayo Odolami, confirmed that some of the victims did not follow their parents home after the police had asked them to go, insisting that they would not go until their pastor was released from detention. To another interesting story from Lagos, but so disheartening, Justice H.O. Oshodi of the Lagos State High Court, sitting at Ikeja, on Monday sentenced an Islamic cleric, Isa Mustafa, to life imprisonment for an unlawful act with a girl in the state. The victim, in a testimony, said the convict had made love to her in his house in 2017 when her mother sent her on an errand. She recalled that Mustafa called her on the way back. When I was about to get to our apartment, the defendant called me back saying he wanted to send me to my mother to collect onions from her and bring in downstairs. So I went upstairs to collect the onions, which my mother gave me to the defendant downstairs, she said. The girl explained that after handing the onions to Mustafa and she was about to return to her house, the cleric called her back saying he was not done sending her on an errand. He said I should enter his house, but I said no. I later entered, so he would not tell my father that I disobeyed him. He then said I should take off my clothes, and the deed happened. In case you're just joining, you are watching the national news from BGI TV. More to come. A total of 748 ballot boxes are being burned to death by, I beg your pardon, a total of 748 ballot boxes have been burned by arsonists who attacked the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Igboeze, North LGA in Enugu State. The National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee of INEC, Festus Okoye, revealed this yesterday in Abuja. According to Okoye, the resident electoral commissioner, REC, in Enugu State, Mr. Emeka Ononamadu, informed the INEC headquarters that during the attack, 748 ballot boxes, 240 voting cubicles, office furniture, and other equipment were destroyed despite efforts of the Enugu State Fire Service deployed from Nsukka, noting that the incident had been reported to the police for proper investigation. And lastly, an angry mob has set 2 men ablaze for making the unlawful act and dismembering 10-year-old girl in Ede Obala, Nsukka, local government area of Enugu State. According to reports, the incident happened on Monday, July 4th, 2022. It was gathered that the men alleged to be ritualists were lynched before being set ablaze. The report said the suspects were arrested by the neighborhood watch, but residents did not allow the operatives to transfer them to the police. A source said residents of the area found body of a girl in a nearby bush with her breast and vagina removed already, adding that only ritualists would do that to death and remove some vital organs from the whole act. President General and Councilor representing the community, Mrs. Val Omeje and Hyginus Obo, confirmed the incident. They also confirmed the suspects hailed from the community. Police Public Relations Officer Daniel Undukwe said he will provide an update on the matter soon. If you are just watching, that is the story from the national news from BGI TV. But before we go, some major headlines that made the national news this hour. Owo massacre, according to Lubak's Matawali on self-defense. Nigeria requires state police to overcome security challenges, according to Lu. We also brought to you rescued victims from Ondo church refused to return home, police. And lastly, angry mob set 2 men ablaze for doing unlawful act, dismembering a 10-year-old girl in Enugu. For more updates on our YouTube channel, the handle is Babagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, select option all for you to have access to all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. And on Instagram, Bagide Imo _22 for advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function. Kindly dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good afternoon.